Hey guys, what's up, how's it going? My name is Robin, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I make passive income in 2021 strictly with dividend investing. So when it comes to investing, dividend investing is one of the ways that you can make income from your stock portfolio. And the cool thing about dividend investing is actually one of the most passive ways to make income. And the thing I like about it is it's almost like a set and forget kind of thing. And I love dividend investing. I've been doing this channel for about the past year or so, basically showing you guys how I've grown my portfolio over time with dividend investing. So throughout this video, I'm going to be showing you guys my portfolio. I'll show you guys my earnings. I'll give you guys some lessons and some tips I've learned along the way. We'll do a quick little recap of everything that's been going on. And towards the end of the video, I will jump inside the portfolio and go over some of the stocks really quickly just to show you guys how I've grown this portfolio since we started with it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please sure to give it a big thumbs up and remember to subscribe if you guys want more content like this. So the first thing I want to mention really quickly is if you guys have been familiar with the stock market over the past week or so, it's been on fire. Like a lot of stocks have been going up. There's been a lot of things going on. And inside today's video, I'm going to show you guys that actually my dividend portfolio has went up a lot in stock appreciation, but also because we've been investing so much over the past couple months, our dividends have been growing pretty consistently on a monthly basis. And I'd like to say we kind of hit our biggest milestone on this channel towards the end of December. We finally hit $50 a month with dividend investing. This was a huge goal for me, and even though it took a whole year to do, it feels really good to finally hit that goal. And I know for a lot of people it doesn't sound like a lot of money, but that money does compound and it does grow over time. And even though $50 can't get you a lot, if you can only squeeze that money, you can actually do a lot with $50. So part of this channel is kind of doing that and showing you guys how dividends can grow over time and just enjoying the little things in life that you can get with just a couple extra bucks a month. Before we go any further, let's take a quick little jump inside the spreadsheet. Let's go over some of the recent income and let's talk more about our monthly earnings and how this dividend portfolio has been growing since we started investing it back in January 2020. So let's hop over the spreadsheet and let's see how our portfolio has been doing over time. So zooming out here, as you guys can see, the first couple months actually the portfolio, we really didn't make a lot of money from our dividends. It wasn't until like the fourth or the fifth month, after putting a couple $100s a month, that the dividends really started to grow. We're hitting like that $7, $12 a month, and then a couple months later we hit $20, and then in September on month number 9 we finally hit $40 in the portfolio. But as you guys can see, like we put a lot of money inside the portfolio, so it does take time, it does take commitment, but the quicker you do this, the faster that money grows and the quicker it compounds. So you can see $44, and then in the month 10 we hit $37, month 11 we hit $41, and then we finish up the year around $50 a month. So I just want to show you guys, I like to show this in pretty much every video just to get you guys to understand the fact that dividends compound and grow over time, and even though it might not be that much in the beginning, it does grow and it does add up at the end of the day. So as you guys can see, with the spreadsheet, I'm basically tracking the monthly income, and that's really the only thing I care about because, stock appreciation goes up and down all the time. You can't really rely on it because, stocks might be up one day and then they might go back down. So, but the one thing you can 100% rely on is the dividend income, because any stock that pays a dividend, that income is 100% paid to you. It's paid in cash, and then you can do whatever you want with it. And of course, we're reinvesting that money so we can just get more shares, and then dividend income just keeps growing. So let's jump over to Wealthsimple Trade, which is the platform I use, and let's see how our stock portfolio has been doing over the past little while. And if you guys want to sign up for an account, I'll put my affiliate link in the description of the video if you guys want to support the channel. So here's just a quick little update on the growth of the portfolio in terms of overall value, because stock appreciation, even though I'm not too focused on it, over time it's definitely something that can grow your portfolio and add up to make you even more money than the dividends, as you guys will soon about to see. So this portfolio basically started as two separate portfolios in the beginning. I had a dividend-based portfolio and a REIT-based portfolio, and then towards about halfway through the year I decided to combine them together just to put them both inside the TFSA, and my REIT stocks were up about 20% before I did this, so some of that growth isn't calculated in here. So even though when I do this it might show that our stocks are up X amount all time, it's actually a little bit higher than that because it doesn't add the gains from the other portfolio when we put them together. So I just want to point that out really quickly. It might seem like it's a little bit lower, but it's actually just slightly higher than what it is, and I'll talk about that as we get further throughout the video. So our total portfolio value is 15,968, almost at 16,000. And as you guys can see, over the past day, before the markets closed before the weekend, it's Sunday right now as I do this video, so markets will open up tomorrow on Monday. The portfolio is up $70. We gained $70 in one day, which is pretty cool. Over the past week, our portfolio is up 2%, which is $345. So we basically went up $345 in 1 week. Is pretty huge, and that's what I was talking about, how the stock market really grew overall over the past like week or two, I would say. Over the past month, portfolio is up once again 1%, which is 335. Pretty much give or take the same amount going up towards the whole entire month. And then in the past 3 months, we are up 7%, which is $1,093. So as you guys can see, I talked about dividend income being important because we can rely on it. It's consistent, but if we look in the long term, if we talk about long term when it comes to growth of stocks, the stock appreciation actually makes you more money than dividend income. So that's why when I invest in stocks, I pick in stocks that are good dividend based stocks that grow over time, but also I want to focus on the stock appreciation growing as well, because as you guys can see, it just kind of will make you more money in the long run. And if we go all time, we are currently up about once again, that 7% all time, but it's probably closer to being about maybe 10, 11, 12%, I would say, if we add up the previous income as well. And going forward in the future, that's probably most likely only going to increase. So if we add up all of our monthly income, you guys can see that we made a total of $300.01 from our dividend portfolio since we started it pretty much almost over a year ago. So our annual income for the portfolio is currently sitting at $300. And if we take that number and we divide it by 12, we end up getting $25 a month. And it doesn't seem as much, but keep in mind, we're kind of tracking in those lower months towards the beginning of 2020 when we really didn't make much from the portfolio. There was a couple months we made just a couple cents. We were making like just $1 or $2. But as you guys can see, going towards the end of the year, we're now sitting at making roughly around $50 a month. So going into year number 2, that's really going to jump up towards the end of this year. And then annual income is really going to rise. So are that monthly income that we're making on a regular basis. And one of the things I think it's important to talk about is the fact that this portfolio didn't start just like that. It took us a year to kind of build the portfolio. And as you guys can see, going back into my spreadsheet, we were contributing a couple $100 a month. And then going towards after a couple months with the portfolio, I decided to ramp things up and I got a little bit crazy. And I was basically putting all my free income into the portfolio to grow those dividends. And obviously, the more money you can invest and the quicker you can do it, the quicker that portfolio is going to grow. Because remember, the more money you have in the market and the sooner you can put that money in and the longer it can sit, the faster that income will grow. So, the first couple months, the first year is really, really slow, as you guys can see. So what I'm trying to do here is put as much money as possible and to show you guys that if you put as much money as possible, that income is really it's gonna kind of kick things up and really make the process a lot faster than if you were, kind of doing this in a more slower pace. But in the end, you really just need to do what works for you. And, you don't need to go super hardcore at first. You guys can see I kind of eased into it. And then once I got familiar with dividend investing, I decided to ramp it up and really increase those monthly contributions. So my goal going into 2021 is pretty much to do the same thing, put as much money as I can into the portfolio, and a big bulk of the money that goes into the portfolio is actually the income from this YouTube channel. So once again, I just want to thank everybody for helping, supporting me, and allowing me to actually put all that extra free cash flow that I have into the dividend portfolio to just keep growing it even more. One of the super important things to understand when it comes to dividend investing is, why are you doing it in the first place? The goal for this portfolio was basically to get to the point where I could live 100% off my dividends. That's the end goal. Now, are we actually going to get there anytime soon? Probably not, but what we can do is start to use the dividend-based portfolio to appreciate, a lot of the simple things in life. And for most people, this might be paying for a bill or something like that. It might be paying for your phone bill. It might be, paying for your car payment, maybe helping you out for your groceries every single month. So one of the things I wanted to do in this portfolio and to just, keep myself inspired and to inspire others and to keep myself on track was to, what could I do what could I spend my dividend income on? And I'm actually not spending my dividend income. I'm just using this as a representative. So like if I had $50 a month, what could $50 theoretically buy me if I wanted to use my dividends for things? And because the goal of this portfolio is to buy everything from my dividends, basically to eventually live off them, I started to go through like the simple things in life, some of the necessities. So I made this cool little spreadsheet where I kind of tracked all the things I was buying with my dividends. And the cool thing about it is it allowed me to like learn, appreciate life from a more frugal perspective and really value the things that we kind of take for granted. So, this spreadsheet's going to grow over time. And it's been cool because I've been showing you guys all the different things I'm doing, and it's really opening up my mind, allowing me to focus on some of the things, like I mentioned, that we just take for granted in today's world. Goal for 2021 is to kick up the dividend stocks and invest as much money as I can, and to really focus on the YouTube channel to grow this and really increase my passive income. Now, one of the big things I wanted to do is get that monthly dollar up, because the more money we're earning, the more money we can put back in the portfolio, and the faster it grows, right? So the number I'm looking for this year is I'm going to set a number of trying to earn $150 a month from this portfolio, So we currently earn $50, and that's a pretty big increase. That's like 3 times what we currently make. And I mean, realistically, are we going to get there? Maybe. It just kind of depends on how much free money I have. So once again, one of the big things that I'm trying to do is to focus on this YouTube channel, to grow it so that we can make more passive income. I can put that back inside the portfolio, as much money as quickly as possible, so we can get that money compounding. So I know $150 a month is pretty ambitious, but it's the goal I'm going to shoot for, and that's what I'm going to do. So what I encourage you guys to also do, if you're dividend investors such as myself, is to make a goal and shoot after it for 2021. And feel free to share your goal in the comment section of this video. Another thing I want to show you guys is how the dividend payments from the companies have really been starting to add up for the past little while. Here's the recent dividend payments for the portfolio, and as you guys can see here, we got some of these big payments are starting to add up. We have $11 from VDY, $9 from VFE, which is S&P 500 fund. RioCan paid us a dividend of $5.64. XRE paid us $1.51. H&R REIT $3. So as you guys can see, like, these dividend payments are starting to add up over time. And once again, they are getting reinvested back into the portfolio, and it is going to keep growing on a monthly basis. And another big goal of mine is to start investing into more solid dividend stocks that grow their dividends over time. You know, I have a good mix of, I think, stocks that grow in stock appreciation, as well as stocks that have more higher yields inside the portfolio. But I really want to focus on, you know, investing in companies that just grow their dividends over time, because I think this is one of the most effective ways to grow your dividends. And there's some companies that grow them a lot faster than others, depending on where they are. So I think a healthy mix of, you know, companies that currently have high yields plus companies that have low yields but are aggressively growing their dividends. So that's one of the big focuses I'm going to going into 2021, and I kind of want to get more dividend growth based companies. And alright guys, before we end this video, I'll do a quick little portfolio recap. We'll go over some of the stocks I have inside my portfolio, just to show you guys how my stocks have been performing, and to give you guys an idea of, you know, what type of dividend stocks am I focused on, and what type of, you know, different ETFs and what am I holding inside my portfolio. So let's jump back into Wealthsimple Trade, and let's do a quick little recap on my portfolio and the stocks I hold. And to give you guys a quick little recap of my portfolio, here's some of the stocks I hold. And as you guys will see, the theme inside this portfolio is consistency and solid, reputable companies. I don't invest in too many high-risk investments because I want a portfolio that's guaranteed to grow. Plus, I think in the long term, investing into good, solid companies just outweigh growth stocks in the long term kind of thing. And as you guys can see, I do have some riskier stocks, but once again, even the riskier ones are pretty consistent. You know, some of the REITs are a little bit, I would say, a little bit on the riskier side, but overall, these are good, solid companies that are guaranteed to grow. And even if some companies don't perform as best in the short term, they probably will pick up in the long term. And some other big ones like the big ETFs I hold will kind of balance things out in the end. So we have companies like Algonquin Power Utilities Corp. Inside my Wealthsimple Trade account, we have Canadian National Railway Company, which is a really good, fast-growing company, really good dividend growth, as I showed you guys earlier. We have Enbridge, which is a more consistent Canadian stock. We have Fortis. We have H&R REIT, which is one of the REITs that's a little bit higher risk, but once again, it's not that. I think it's calculated risk when you think about it at the end of the day. We have Manulife, which is performing pretty good, very good, consistent Canadian finance stock. We have RioCan, which is one of the biggest REITs in Canada. We have TransAlta Renewables, which has absolutely been killing it over the past little while, up 47% in the portfolio. Then we have Sverige Corp, which is a pandemic-based company that's based around healthcare, which I could see doing decently well. We have Shaw, which is a long-term Canadian communications company. Same with TELUS Corp. We have TD, which is my favorite Canadian bank, which has just been solid. And then going towards the bottom here, we have the two ETFs I have, which is VDY, which is up almost 9%. This is like pretty much the bulk of the Canadian dividend-based market. A lot of consistently good stocks. Some of these stocks are actually inside the ETF. I'm just buying individual shares of the stocks I want to kind of have a little bit more of. And then we have VFE, which is the Vanguard S&P 500 index, just to add a little bit more growth and diversification inside this portfolio. Currently up about 2.39%, which is pretty big because we just started buying this not even like a month ago. So I'm pretty happy with that so far. Then going towards the bottom, we have 3 other ETFs that I'm eventually going to sell as time goes on. I'm probably going to sell VYM because it's a high dividend yield US fund paid in USD inside my TFSA, so we're getting taxed on conversion rates and stuff like that. So I definitely want to move that back over into VFE as time goes on. And we have an international fund, VYMI, which I'm not really keen on holding, but it has been going up over the past little while. Once again, it's traded in USD, so we're getting hit with conversion fees. So eventually, at some point in time, I do intend on selling that. Then we have XRE, which is a Canadian REIT-based ETF, which I probably will sell eventually and just stick it into RioCan and maybe some other 1 or 2 small REITs that I want to hold instead of holding the entire ETF kind of thing. So that's basically my Wealthsimple Trade portfolio, the stocks that I hold. Feel free to check that out or check out some previous videos where I went into more detail. One thing I'm going to do really quickly before this video is I want to check out my Wealthsimple Invest account, because this is an account that I really used when I first started investing, and I built this way back in March It was around March 2019, and this is my big growth long-term portfolio inside my TFSA. And as you guys can see, we're starting to get close to our contribution limit here. But this is like I said, so this portfolio has been around for about a year, almost 2 years now. March 2021 will represent 2 years that I've had this portfolio. But as you guys can see, we have $55,000. This is my big portfolio, currently up 7,474, and this has been really jumping up over the past little while. You can see over the past month, you get some pretty big gains here. So this portfolio is a very diversified portfolio, lots of international ETFs. That's kind of what Wealthsimple does. And this is a robo-advisor. So I basically just put the money in here, set and forget it. So that's a good option for you guys who would like to use a robo-advisor and you don't want to buy stocks yourself, but you still want to invest in the stock market. You can still make some good money. As you guys can see, I made almost $8,000 just by depositing the money, and they invested for me. So there's an option for that. And I'll put a affiliate link in the description of the video if you guys want to open up a Wealthsimple Invest account. But pretty consistent, pretty good. And the cool thing about this portfolio is because it has a lot of international stocks and they're starting to go up for the past little while, we've actually seen some pretty good gains inside the portfolio. So I'm pretty happy with it, but I just want to give you guys a quick little update because some people have asked me how this portfolio has been doing lately. So there you go. As you guys can see, we're up a pretty decent percent inside the portfolio. We're currently sitting at about 10% in overall returns. Okay, so that's it for this video. I know it's a bit of a long one, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. And once again, if you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. And subscribe if you guys want to watch more videos like these. So I'll see you guys tomorrow when you do another video, and I'll show you guys what stocks I'm buying for the week. So take care. Hope you guys have yourself a good day, and I'll see you guys later.